Hi, I'm Kels. Welcome back. This is my Thermomix adventures and I'm going to give you a super quick run through of the Thermomix TM6 if you're considering getting one. The best way to buy one is to go through an advisor like myself and to watch a demo. I can do those on Zoom. And depending on COVID guidelines, you may be able to have one in person and obviously location as well. I cover the whole of the UK and Ireland and I would love to be your advisor too. So what do you get with the TM6? Well, here you go. So you get the Varoma, that's used for steaming. This is the simmering basket. You'd put your potatoes, your rice, that sort of thing, and that sits inside the bowl. I'll show you that in just a second. Your whisk, your spatula, measuring cup that goes on top, and a little splash guard for when you're doing hot soups and things that might actually splash. So, the Thermomix, it has 4 blades. They are sharp one side, blunt the other, so it can chop your onion for you, and then on reverse can stir, so it won't then break down things like your risotto rice, so it can stir your risotto, but also chop your onions. There are heating elements in your Thermomix, so it can, cook your soups, cook your onions, saute, etc. Even has a hot sugar function on the TM6, which the TM5 and earlier don't have that. So you can do things like honeycomb in it. What else can you do? Your cakes, your risottos, your curries, your mayonnaise, your ice cream, sorbet, sticky toffee pudding, salads, pretty much everything. There's not much it doesn't do. It doesn't deep fat fry. Doesn't bake, so you still want your oven. I have to say I've never deep fat fried anything, so that's I'm not missing that. But yeah, I still use my oven for cooking the doughs that I make in my Thermomix. So you're not going to get rid of your oven. You are going to use your hob a lot less, so I don't use my hob for much. I do cook pasta on the hob and that's about it. I could cook pasta in my Thermomix, but I don't. Just because I kind of wonder what, it's no point, I'm using it for other things. Your simmering basket here fits in nicely to your bowl. We call these a bowl, they look like jugs, we call them bowls. Your spatula, all very, very clever. It's got a little notch on there. That slots in nicely, and when your rice or your potatoes are hot in there, it lifts out. You can also strain things through this. Now, you do want to see an actual demo with me. This is just me doing a quick run through because I know a lot of people are looking at videos before they then contact an advisor. That's where your measuring cup goes in. Different to the TM5, it's got this little silicone bit that means that I can now turn over my lid. Now that means nothing to anyone that doesn't have a TM5, but if you've had an earlier model, the lid fell out if you turned the measuring cup fell out if you turn the lid over. So that is an improvement, as well as 1 gram increments when it's weighing. It's got weighing scales inside the Thermomix, whereas the older models had 5 gram increments. Your Varoma sits on top like that. So that would be in your Thermomix. Varoma on top, steaming away. And you could have your rice and potatoes in there, your meat or vegetables on top. It can even, it's got 2 layers, it can even steam an entire chicken. Amazing. And the sticky toffee puddings, I know I've said them already, but they're amazing in here. So you can do your salads or you can have your naughty desserts. So there you go, that's how that works. Spatula, again, really clever design. It can sit on the bench and the top bit doesn't touch it, as well as the fact this little notch around here stops it touching the blades when you're using the Thermomix. So some of the recipes say to put the spatula through the lid, so like the sorbet, just to move things around the edge, and that won't touch your blades like that, okay? Comes with your whisk, and that just sits nicely. So you're not, unlike other appliances where you might have like a whisk attachment, you change things out, you just sit that on top there, okay? So that will just sit in nicely. And you can put it between either blades, but you want it on the section where it doesn't move around so much. See, that moves a bit more, that moves a bit less. But when you buy through me, I'll go through all of this with you anyway. The only thing you may want to buy is a blade cover. They're £19. You can get them on the Thermomix shop. Don't buy your Thermomix through the shop, buy through an advisor because it costs you no more money, but it helps our businesses and you get our support. So do buy through an advisor always. There's your little blade cover, and that is for doing things like sous vide and slow cooking. Yes, this does both sous vide and slow cooking. Right, so you get all of that. You get 2 years warranty, you get a 14-day cooling off period where you can change your mind having used your Thermomix and send it back, which is awesome. You're not going to want to send it back, but it's nice to know that you can if you don't like it and it's not for you. You also get the Simple Ideas Cookbook. That gives you some recipes as well as great information at the back on kind of chopping time and things like that. So if you want to convert your own recipes and not use the Thermomix recipes, then you can do that. The Thermomix online recipe platform is called Cookidoo. So you'll hear that mentioned a lot. And there's around 60,000 recipes, different languages. It's amazing. If you're on a recipe that's using ounces instead of grams, your Thermomix will just switch to ounces for that recipe. It's so clever. Everything boils down to time, temperature, and speed. So I can just touch the little dial and adjust my time, touch the temperature, and again the speed, and that would just, I check nothing's in there, and that would just turn it on like that, okay? You see these lock in. You can't turn it on without a lid. You'd get an error message, so you're not in danger of suddenly getting smoothie all over the walls. Then, if I bring you in a little bit closer to the screen, I'm going to show you the functions on the Thermomix. Again, I will show you more detail and recipes on your actual demo, but this is just a quick run through for you because I noticed there's a lot of long videos about the Thermomix, or really short ones that don't really give you enough information, so I'm just doing a whistle-stop tour of the Thermomix. So here's your screen, time, temperature, speed. You just touch the dial and you can move it up and down like that. Scroll across, we've got scales, dough, that's for kneading your dough. Turbo is going from 0 to 10 really quickly. Pre-clean, you just select what you've been cooking. Dough, universal, fat, caramel, etc. It works out the time, which is amazing. Blend, which is going from kind of slowly increasing in speed up to whatever speed you're setting it to. Okay, then we've got egg boiler mode, which I love. You can put up to 6 eggs, and then you select how you like your eggs cooked. It's awesome. And again, it works out the speed, the time. Kettle Warm Up. That's for, if you're made a soup and want to warm it up, you can set the temperature. Also really good for baby food, so you can adjust your temperature there. Warm up, thicken, rice cooker, fermentation, slow cooker, sous vide. Okay, so they're all your different functions, and if I scroll that way, I can type directly into Cookidoo what it is I want to cook. So say I want to cook fajitas. You can see there, tap on that. And then we've got fajita seasoning, fajita soup, that's the one I want. Start cooking, and it tells me what to do. And this is to actually make the wraps first of all. And then you just turn. So it's really, really easy to use. So you can see it's showing you where to turn it to, and off it goes. So that's everything. If you'd like to see a demo, give me a call.